Howdy everybody. I'm getting ready to move the sheep to a new area here. Actually, it's not a new area. They were here, about 6 to 8 weeks ago, but it's grown up again now so they can come back. But before I do that, I have to clean a path for the stakes and the fence to go because we don't want a lot of overgrowth of grass touching the fence. So I'll be doing a little bit of scything, not a lot, but a little bit. Now, some of you may be thinking, oh, she doesn't know what she's doing. She's not scything correctly. You're supposed to sweep back and forth. And you're absolutely right. But here, this is a very rocky area, and they're large rocks. Here, let me give you an idea. Here's some of them here. These are all large rocks. That's just a few in about a meter. And so you can get an idea. If I started doing that swinging motion that's common for scything, I wouldn't have a blade. After 5 or 10 seconds of scything, I'd ruin the blade. So I use a brush blade instead of a regular blade, and that deals with this clumping grass a lot better. And then I avoid the rocks. You may have noticed that I haven't published a video in a while. The reason why is because I've been in Puerto Rico. I have to renew my residency here in Nicaragua, and I needed some legal documents that I had to get in Puerto Rico. So you may be wondering, why Puerto Rico? Well, it's because I used to live in Puerto Rico. As a matter of fact, I had a completely different career and life in Puerto Rico than I have here in Nicaragua. I was a professor at the University of Puerto Rico Medical Sciences campus, where I directed a major research center. And we accomplished a lot, and I'm very grateful for my time there. I spent 11 years at the university, and I had a pretty cool apartment right on the beach. That is the apartment where the arrow is. That's where I used to live. And this is the surroundings. Nothing at all like I have here in Nicaragua, where I'm surrounded by nature. There I was surrounded by buildings, high-rise condominiums, and of course the ocean. And I literally was probably 20 seconds away from walking to the ocean. Here's the passageway to go to the ocean from where I lived. The reason why was because I wanted to be able to swim in the ocean, and I knew that if I didn't get an apartment close, I wouldn't go swimming. So I looked and I looked over many months until I finally found an elderly couple who gave me a really good deal on the apartment, and I was able to afford it. Otherwise, I could have never afforded an apartment on the beach. And it was great because I swam almost every day, sometimes more than once a day. Now, some of you may be thinking, wow, you hit the mother lode. You were in nirvana. You lived on a tropical island. You lived right on the beach. That's the dream of thousands of people. So how did I wind up here when I had a great job at the university? I had a great apartment, and it was right in the middle of a lot of the nightlife in Puerto Rico. And it really is quite simple. I'm autistic. I was not able to take advantage of a lot of the great things that you might think about enjoying in that environment. You know, there's a lot of restaurants in the area where I lived. I didn't go to hardly any of them because I'm not good in social situations, and so I avoid them. I don't like to be in noisy situations. So a lot of the restaurants, great restaurants around there, I never went to any of them because I didn't want to be in the chaos of having a lot of people around me. I'm not a sociable person because, again, I'm autistic. I don't socialize well. To deal with the social aspects of the university, that was difficult for me, but I was able to make it through. But that was my job. I had to be there. I didn't actually have to go to any restaurants or any other social functions in the area, the bars I don't consume alcohol, so there's no reason for me to go to a bar. I don't know how to dance. I'm autistic. There's a lot of things that I can do and that I'm pretty good at. There's a whole bunch of things that I can't do and I'm not very good at. So let's just leave it at that. One day I just realized, I said, you know, this has kind of run its course. I've had my time to swim and enjoy that, but I really want to be out in nature. I want to be around animals. And so I did it, and that's it. But it was good going back to Puerto Rico. I hadn't been back in almost 9 years, and I saw friends that are really family, and that was great. The one thing I didn't really like very much was being on the airplanes. That was uncomfortable for me. I can't for the life of me figure out how it is that it's almost 25 years since the Twin Towers attack in New York City and all of the things that happened afterwards with that, particularly in the airport. And they still haven't figured out a way to put you through the checkout without you taking your shoes off and your jacket off, despite the fact that you're walking through a mechanism that is x-raying you. The whole thing makes no sense to me. But there's a lot of things that don't make sense to me, so don't worry about that. Okay, so back to work. Okay, I've cut out the new paddock. It's going down through here and then up through here around this tree, up here and over to this tree and then back down. So now I can plant the posts in here and then put the wire up and move the sheep. I don't want to give you the wrong impression that I hated my time in Puerto Rico. I didn't. I loved every minute there. I really enjoyed myself. It's part of my ancestry. But me enjoying myself usually is different from most of you enjoying yourself. All of the richness of being in that environment, I really was incapable of taking advantage of it. Me enjoying myself is studying something new, reading a book, not going out and socializing. But I had a good time. I swam a lot, and that was really important to me. And I made very good friends that are still friends today. And at the research center that I directed, we accomplished a lot. I was very fulfilled while I was there. Well, let's let it go at that. I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.